It must have been clear, as John Broderick wrote his first novel, The Pilgrimage, that it would be banned by the Irish Censorship Board. This was almost a badge of honour at the time for Irish writers. Brendan Behan's Borstal Boy was banned in 1958, Edna O'Brien's The Country Girls in 1960, and John McGahern's The Dark in 1965, joining books by Balzac, Hemingway, H.G. Wells and many others until the law was reformed in 1967. His 1961 exploration of religiosity and sexuality is fearless and frank and sometimes comic. In the opening chapter, we hear the devout Glynn family, husband Michael, wife Julia, nephew Jim, conclude their plans for a pilgrimage to Lourdes. In the last paragraphs of the chapter, the visiting priest, chief promoter of the trip, loosened the cord of his habit and belched. And then he belched again, and then made the sign of the cross hazily in the air. Soon afterwards, Julia Glynn, in the guise of the faithless wife, goes to her bedroom, where her nephew was already waiting for her. It swiftly emerges that, despite their adherence to the Catholic faith, the four main characters in the pilgrimage set about breaking the commandments, the ones that deal with sex and marriage, in both thought and deed, and with some regularity. What Broderick is attempting is a French novel set in an Irish town. He wishes to put dangerous liaison into the Irish Midlands, to allow his Irish characters the freedom to pray to God for their eternal souls, and then get into a state of mortal sin with agility and ease. John Broderick was born in Athlone in the Irish Midlands in 1924. He was an only child, expected to take over the family's thriving bakery. He was brought up in a large house, and, while he worked intermittently as a book reviewer, he had a private income and did not have to bother too much about the literary market. In a posthumously published story, he described himself as the first author to tap a hitherto neglected mine of material. Irish life up to this time had been treated as if it consisted of a passionately poetic peasantry and a romantically rakish Anglo-Irish gentry. The solid, Jansenistic, purse-proud, insular, ruthless, hypocritical, conservative junta which has emerged as the ruling class since the 1916 rebellion has remained unchronicled for the simple reason that it had not produced a renegade of genius from within its own ranks.